If you need one of those stories on how dua was answered for marriage, listen to this personal narrative of Qadi Abu Bakr, huge scholar in Islam. He said that he was in Mecca. He was very impoverished at this time. So he goes in front of the Kaaba and he makes dua for provision. He stops making dua and he goes and finds a bag on the floor. And inside of this bag are jewels. He's like, I'm not going to keep jewels as desperately as he needs it. He doesn't even have money for food. He sold his books so he could be able to eat. He looks around Mecca and finds an older man speaking about jewels he had lost, and he confirms that these are for the older man. The older man wants to pay him a large sum, and he's like, no, I can't accept any money. All I did was return what belongs to you. Years pass, and Qadi Abu Bakr receives a position in Cordoba. This is when Muslims ruled Spain, and so he goes on a boat from Jeddah, leaving to Spain. Couple days in, there's a huge storm. The ship is wrecked, and he wakes up after holding onto driftwood on a beach and finds out he's in Yemen. There's a group of people who take care of him, nurse him back to health, and while he's in Yemen, he starts reciting Quran. People hear his beautiful recitation, and he starts leading salah, teaching Quran, and eventually they ask him if he could be the imam of their community because the imam whom they loved so much had passed away the year before. And he explains that that's how he ended up in Yemen instead of Spain. He settles there. And then an elder in the community goes to him and says that the imam from before has a daughter whom was entrusted to him to help her find a very good spouse. So with her acceptance and the acceptance of Qadi Abu Bakr, they meet and she is wearing a necklace. And he says, where did you get that jeweled necklace from? It was the same jeweled necklace he had found in Mecca years before. So the elder says that this has a very interesting story. Her father was the imam of this masjid. He went to Mecca, he lost them, and a very righteous man returned them. He refused to take any payment for it. And the father, the imam, had been praying for and intending to go to Mecca with his daughter because they wanted to look for that man again to see if he was available and interested in marrying his daughter because the imam wanted someone so righteous and so honest for his daughter. And then the elder says that he's so glad he was able to facilitate for a man of similar qualities that the imam had been praying for his daughter. And that's when Qadi Abu Bakr said, I am that man. P.S. Right now, I am fundraising for Palestinian families who I know personally who are evacuating. There's a link in my bio. If each one of us gives $20 or $100, we can literally, inshallah, help evacuate an entire family. These are links with family members here in the United States, people that I know personally whose families are trying to evacuate. Please support.